Hello everyone, welcome back to Hexcells Plus. On our continuing adventure through these logic puzzles, we're going to carry on with 5-5. Okay, lots going on here. Where do we begin? We begin the zeros, they solve themselves. What else do we see? This zero here, completely missed that. Right, this 2 here must have 2 neighbours, that's how the game works, but only one of them must be in this column, which means the second must be here, which means we can solve that and some of that there. Not very much more from here though. This column of 5 in this column that must be connected. So if we go from the top, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or if we go from the bottom, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whichever way you go, it must be those 2 in the middle. What else can we see? 19 here. Shall we count together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So the whole lot we can clear off as blue. Right, that must give us something, right? That 0 is solved, that 19 is solved. What else can we work with? Oh, this 2 here, vertical, must be 2 non-consecutive tiles. So if it is this one, it's not those. This one here sees that one that we created with the 5. So we can clear off a bunch of that. What else do we know? Obviously there's these clues that I haven't even begun looking into yet. But it might be time for it. So here, it needs 3. There must be at least one of these 2 to make that 2 complete. At least one of this to make that 2 complete, and then one of the other 5. But we can't tell possibly which yet. Here, we have 1, 2, 3. This 2 needs a second for 4. This 2 needs a second for 5. No idea what else otherwise there yet, unfortunately. Alright, let's look for easy stuff. This 2 is touching 2. That's easy enough, isn't it? This 3 on a rank of 4 but aren't consecutive means that is 1. That 1 now sees 1, so that gets friends. This 2 sees 2. Alright, we're on a roll. This 2 gets a second diagonally. That 1 sees 1. This one needs 1. That 3 sees 3. It's not this. This 3 needs a third, but we cannot tell which yet. What we do know is if this 3 here needs a third and this is 4, only one of these will be blue. This 2 sees 2 now. Probably has done for ages. This 2 now only sees 2. It's that one and that one. This 2 now sees 2. This 3 needs 3 non-consecutive out of 4, which is going to be that one. This 1 now sees 1, as does this one. This 2 sees 2 non-consecutive, which is going to be those and not that. This one sees 1. That 2 needs a second, cooking with gas. And we're stumped again. What else do we see? This 4 sees 1, 2, a third, and one of these, don't know which. Nothing up here is going to be helpful yet, I'm sure. So you need a second, you need one. So that's going to define whether we go up or down on that chain of 5, I think. Although it could be floating somewhere in the middle, of course, 2. Right, what else is obvious? We need one of these, we need one of those. Oh, here we go. Piece of logic we were working with earlier. There's going to be 3 down this line. That means 4 down this line makes 1 here. And 5 down this line makes 1 there, clearing these out. 2 non-consecutive means it's not this. That 2 now needs 2, which are those. That 3 gets a third. This 2 has 2. That 3 gets a third. Does that do anything else for us? Or are we penned in now by blue? Alright, we might be done on that side for a moment. Right, look for obvious stuff. That's a nightmare. That's 5, 6 with this, otherwise a nightmare. This 3 is going to get one of those. So this 6 now has 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be 5. That's going to be 6, so we can eliminate these 3 tiles. 3 in a chain will eliminate that there. 0 solves for itself. 3 gets a third. That 1 sees 1. That 2 sees 2. 0 solves for itself. That's 1 there. 3 here. Right, that was good. This 3 gets a third. That 3 now has 3. That 4 needs 1 here. That 1 sees 1. That 2 gets a second. That 1 sees 1. That 2 gets a second. That 2 now has 2. That 2 also has 2. This 3 still needs 2 more. That 2 gets a second. That 1 has 1. This 1 gets 1. That 2 has 2. That 3 gets a third. That 3 has 3. That 2 has 2. This 4 now gets a fourth. Still need 2 of those. This 2 is going to get 1 of these. This 4 gets 1, 2, 3, 4. That clears out this, this, and that clue. Right, easy stuff. This 3 is seeing 3. That 4 gets a fourth. How are we doing on this diagonal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can clear out this, that, and that. More easy stuff. This 3 now has 1, 2. One of these makes a 3, so not those. That 1 sees 1. So not those, that's the second. That 2 gets a second, that 2 gets a second, clearing out this. That 2 sees 2, that 2 sees 2, that 1 sees 1, that 1 has a friend. 2 on this makes 1 and 2, that 1 has 1. 5 consecutive makes here. That 1 sees 1, that 3 already sees 3, that 1 needs 1. And I think that's basically half the puzzle divided by this 19 line. How are we going to break into the other side? This 2 now has 2 in its vertical, so we can get rid of all that. This 4 has 1, 2, 3, but it could be all of those or any of these, so we don't know which is the 4th. But the same logic that applied for this 3, 4, 5 overlapping lines is true for this 4 and this 5. So if there's 4 below the line, that means below the 5 there's only 1 here. So this 2 is going to have 1 and a second on its right, and this 2 is going to have 1 and a second on its right. And to make that be true, they're going to have to share some. Because we can't do 2 on the left and 2 on the right, because that would break both rules into 3s. If we did the top left and the bottom right, they'd have 1 each. And then putting in the center, that would work. If this had 1, 2, and that one had 1, 2. What if it was this one? Then it would have to be 1, 2, and then not this or that, which would also work. So that does not help us yet. How about this 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this 2 needs a second to make 6, so that doesn't help us. This 7 sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This 3 needs a third for 7, so it's not those 2. Right. We're lacking easy stuff now that this blue line breaks so many of our numbers away from eliminations. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 of these. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 of these. How's this 3 doing here? Is that solved? It is. This 4 needs 2 more, this needs 2 more, this needs 2 more, that needs 1 more. That needs 3 more out of these remaining 4. That needs 2 more. That needs 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's solved. That should give us plenty to work with. This 2 sees 2. It's not that. This 1 needs 1. That 2 needs a second. That 4 is solved. This 3 gets a third. That 2 sees 2. It's not this one. That 2 needs a second. It's that one. This 2 sees 2. It's not either of those. This 4 gets a fourth. That 2 now sees 2. This 4 sees 1, 2, 3, and a fourth. That 2 now sees 2. It's not these. That 2 needs a second. That 2 now sees 2. That 5 gets a fifth. This vertical here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 3 gets a third. How's this 7 doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eliminates those. This 6 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This 2 needs a second. That 2 now has 2. This 2 has 2. That 1 sees 1. This 2 only sees 2, so it needs a second. This 2 only sees 2, so it gets a second. That 2 now sees 2. How's this 7 doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there. This 2 sees 2, 1 on top and bottom, so it's not that. This 2 sees 2. That 5 is solved. This 7 sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these for 6 and one of those for 7 on that pair of 3s. This 7 sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This 3 is now solved. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of those for 7. 1, 2, 3. One of those for 4. If it's this, it solves both clues, but we can't know it's not that. This 4 here. 1, 2, 3. One of those for 4. That doesn't seem to help me quite yet either. This 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Needs a 5th from here. These 2 2s both need to be made whole. So if it's this one, the top rule is made whole, and the 5 is made whole. Oh, I'm being really dumb. This 2 here only sees 2. It's a way easier way to solve that problem. This one sees 1, so it's not that. This 2 sees 2. So it needs a second. So there's going to be some piece of logic here, I'm sure. Otherwise we would need something on a diagonal to help solve this, and none of the other diagonals interject into this part of the puzzle. Unless we need to solve all this and figure out if there's one tile remaining or not, because then we could bifurcate and know it would be this one. So 7 needs one of these. 4 needs one of these. 4 needs one of those, and 2 needs one of these. But I think there's at least 2 ways that we could make all of these rules true. Because this, if this was blue, that 3 is true, that 7 is true, that 4 is true, and then either of these could make the other vertical 4. Oh no, it would have to be this one. No, hold on. Right, so we have 7, 4, 4, 3, and 2. So we have 5 different rules. If this is blue, then it completes the 3, it completes the 7, it completes one of the 4s. Then if this is blue, it completes the 2 and the other 4. So that would be a valid pair. If it was this, it would complete the 3 and the 7 and one of the 4s, and this would complete the 2 and the other 4. So I'm not sure what I'm missing there, but I don't think we can solve that part yet. So let's look at this left-hand side. How are we going to break into this? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 3 needs another one to make 6, so it's not this. There goes the police. Or an ambulance, I'm never sure. What else do we know? You need what? How is this 6 doing? 1, 2, 3, 4. One of those for 5. One of those for 6. Or it could be the same one and this. Both, I think, are valid. But this 6 here needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need one of those. So we need only one of these. This 6 needs 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 5. So it could be 5 and 6, or it could be 5 and 6. Both of those work. Which is a shame. I feel like I must be missing something obvious at this point. Here's a 2, touching 2. Always look for the easy stuff. Didn't get me very far, did it? Right, this 9, 6. I feel like there might be some convoluted piece of logic to do with that, but if I can avoid it, I will. let's have a look. This needs 6. It has 1, 2, 3. So it needs 4 of these to be blue. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This 9 here sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it needs 3 of those to be blue. So it needs 1 of these to not be blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, can it be that there has to be one of the ones that is overlapped that is not the blue one? Or could there be a non-overlapped one in each opposing side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 9th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6th. So does this teach me nothing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 9th. It can be either way around as far as I can tell from that, which doesn't help me at all. How about this? Does this help me? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 2 of these to be blue to finish off this diagonal 6. So it must be one of these is not blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. So one of these is not blue. This 6 needs 1, 2, 3. Needs one of these to not be blue. And this 9 needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One of these to not be blue. So by that logic, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's the only way around that can go, right? So by that logic, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be 7, 8. And one of these for not being 9. I mean, does that even help me yet? Then this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and not one of these for 6. But then this 5 becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's so we can eliminate this tile. That lets us progress a bit because this 3 now has 1, 2, 3 touching it. So that means going back to our 6, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these. How's our 9 looking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not that one. That 5 gets a 5th. That 6 is also solved. Well, that was a hoot, wasn't it? This 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still don't know how that pairs out. How's this 7 looking now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Leaves us with 3 on there. We knew that much. That 6 is solved. This has to be 5 non-consecutive. We have 3. It could be a 4th and then something else. This 6 has 1, 2, 3. So we need 3 of these to be blue. if we combine that with this diagonal of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we need one of those and 3 of these, and we need to make the 3 and the 2 complete. And this 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we do this here, that's 1. That completes the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 2 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it must be one of these 2. We know that from this 3 and this 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then one of these 2 for 6. So that means on this 6 here, 1, 2, 3. It's going to be one of those. And if it's 1, 2, 3, one of those for 4, it's going to be both of these for 5 and 6. Oh my god. So that gives us 1, 2, and 3, clears that. That gives us 1, 2, and 3 on there. This 4 gets a 4th. That 2 now sees 2. That 2 sees 2. That 1 sees 1. This 2 gets a 2nd. That 3 now sees 3. This 1 sees 1, so it's not those. This 2 gets 1 and 2, it's not this. This 4 sees only 4, so it gets those. That 2 sees 2, it's not this one. That 1 sees only this. That 4 gets a 4th. We have 6 remaining. This 2 sees 1 and 2, so it's not those. This is 3 non-consecutive tiles on an arc of 4, makes that one. This 6 sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one of those, meaning not either of these. That 4 only sees 4. This 5 now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on its vertical. This 2 gets a 2nd. We've solved that. We've solved that. We've solved that. So we have 2 remaining to make all of these clues complete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this is 1, that's solved. If this is 1, the 3 is complete. The 7 is complete. The vertical 4 is complete. And if this is 1, the other vertical 4 is complete, and the 2 is complete. So that and that would make sense. Is there any other way it could be done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Call it this one. So this makes the 3 complete, the 7 complete, and the 4 complete. And this makes the 2 complete and the other 4 complete. But what I think that means is that it can be either of these 2 in opposing pairs, but it's never this one. And then this needs a 3rd. Does this even help me? Am I missing something really obvious somewhere in this logic? Because I feel like I've either unhighlighted a clue or I'm missing something really obvious that should finish this piece for me. Because as far as I can tell right now, it could either be this and that, or this and that for our remaining 2. No, because if it's this and this, the 3 would have 4 on it. So it must be that, and not this, and not this. Exactly half an hour, pretty much. But I'm very happy with that solve. That was a complicated one. So I'm not going to rack my brain with 5.6 immediately, but I'm really looking forward to it. I've not seen 5.6 or any of the 6s yet, but I'm sure they are going to be just as difficult as that one was. But thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do let me know down in the comments or consider giving this video a like. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.